Hi, I'm Chowdhury. I'm the Operational Director of School of Professional Studies at University. Today I'm going to tell you all about one skill set which is most overlooked, but the central concept of employability skills. It is called interpersonal skills. What is interpersonal skills? Interpersonal skills are those skill sets that make you charismatic. You might have seen people, when they talk, people listen to them. That's interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills is also known as people skills. And people who have these skill sets, I'll tell you what happens to them. They move higher up the ladder quicker. They become charismatic in their working sphere and in their personal life. People with interpersonal skills have amazing relationships. Now, a lot of people ask me, Joy, can we develop interpersonal skills? And I would tell you all again and again, for sure you can learn interpersonal skills. It's 100% learnable skills. And I had been training this skill set for the last 1 decade. So what's the key to become the most popular person? Let's dive deep into it to understand the details. Whenever I talk about interpersonal skills, the learned skill, we are talking about to become more popular in the way you communicate. If you want to learn interpersonal skills quick, you got to understand you cannot learn it all together. So the best way to do it is break it down into 3 parts. The first part being verbal communication. Now, what is verbal communication? Verbal communication predominantly talks about 2 things: what you are saying and how you are saying it. Besides what you are saying and how you are saying it, there is another integral part that's called listening. Quite often I hear people say, "Oh, I listen well." The question is not whether you listen well or not. Question is, are you listening to respond or you're listening to understand? The important aspect of becoming a great speaker is to listen for understanding, not for response. Now, why do I say it? If you do not understand the person, what they are saying, and what are the verbal and the non-verbal cues, you cannot respond right. The next, let's talk about what you are saying and how you are saying it. Words are important. They are important for sure. But what is more important is how you say it, the tone you use. I can always say that, "Give me a glass of water," or "Give me a glass of water." Lot of difference, right? One is an order, the other one is a request. So you got to emphasize, you got to understand that it is more important how you say what you're trying to say. The second part we would talk about is called non-verbal communication or body language. Let's try and understand what body language is all about. Now, when you are talking to someone asks you, "How are you doing?" And you want to say, "I am doing good," but your face doesn't say you are doing good. The entire communication is broken there, because what you are saying and what your facial expression is does not match. It is important that whatever you are saying, your body language needs to match it, be the same. So, when I'm talking about non-verbal communication, I am also talking about how you understand someone else's facial expression. One of your best friend comes to you and say, you know what, I didn't have a great day. All right, and you start asking them questions. Hey, what happened? Tell me. All right, and that's how you start building bond, right? But sometimes one of your friend, doesn't want to say anything. You ask him, how are you doing? He says, I'm okay. But there is something that's bothering him. You got to understand through his facial expressions and body language that he is under pressure or he is down. He is not that well today. And that is when you become the best of the friends. So we understand the second part, which is non-verbal communication, plays an active or an important role in creating that charismatic personality you want to have. The third is the most important piece, which is called relationship management. How do you manage relations? Now, this also talks about an important aspect of communication, which is called assertive communication. Let me explain what assertive communication is. Now, at times, all right, someone says something for you to do, and you are not interested or you are not in a position to do it, but still you say, okay, I would do it. Sometimes someone forces you to do something, all right? Now the question is, assertive communication is the mid-path between passive communication and aggressive communication. Now when I talk about aggressive communication, someone screams and shouts at you, or someone screams and shouts at someone else, all right? And passive is when you listen to anything and everything. For example, someone is screaming and shouting at you where you are not at fault, but you still listen to that person. That's passive communication or passive behavior. But what is assertive behavior or assertive communication? When you communicate to state facts, when you communicate without hurting someone else's emotions or feelings. It is all about understanding the other person, accepting the person the way they are, being empathetic. That means, definition says you put yourself in someone else's shoes. But what I talk about is, do you understand the situation or the problem someone else is going through, and you take an action? That action can be anything. Action can be some words. It can be an action which you are supposed to take and you have not taken yet. It can be anything, but that makes the other person feel better. I think all of these things taken together, obviously not to miss out on the assertive communication piece, all of them together, you create great, amazing relationships. So when I talk about interpersonal skills, all taken together, I am talking about verbal communication, I'm talking about non-verbal communication, non-verbal cues, and third and most important, I'm also talking about relationship management. And to top it all, if you can master all the three parts of interpersonal skills, you create a personality which is the most popular around. I want all of you to create that charismatic personality, and I would see you all soon. You take care, have a great day, God bless you all.